Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to give my review of Another. This is a YenPress series 4-in-1 volume, so it is super thick. The original light novel story is by Yukito Ayatsuji, and then the art for the manga version is by Hiro Kiyohara. This is a series that I watched the anime for back when it came out. That must have been like 9 years ago or so, because I was in high school at the time. And my anime club that I was in high school, we all watched Another together as it was coming out each week. And so it has a fondness for me in that because I watched it with all my friends and we were watching it together as it came out. And it was just a really fun horror series with gruesome, brutal deaths that we all just had a good time watching it as the weeks went by. And so I've always wanted to pick up the manga, but never did until now, and I quite enjoyed it. The anime was better, for sure, because it had more opportunity to go into things more. It did change things. I've never read the original novel series, which I believe YenPress also licensed. I'm pretty sure it's available in English if you want to read the novel series. Don't know whether or not it's still in print, but I've not read the original novel, so I don't know if the anime is closer to that or the manga is closer to it, but the manga and the anime are both very different. Still follow the same characters and whatnot, but the way that things happen is a bit different. So the manga, the story itself, we follow Sakakibara. He is I think he's a third year middle school student who transfers to a small town, goes into this school, basically moving back to the town his mother was born in. And this is set in the late 90s, by the way, the story. And so he goes to this new school and he meets this classmate whose name is May, I believe, and nobody else seems to be able to see her or acknowledge her. And so he's kind of wondering what's up with her. Why is she so strange? Why does nobody else see her when he's asking about her? Nobody seems to know who he's talking about, but everyone's acting very strange. And they're all being really like nervous and jittery anytime he kind of asks any questions or is just kind of generally wondering what's going on. So he's a bit suspicious. Turns out his arrival has somehow been the catalyst for this curse that has existed for a long time. And so students start dying in their class. And people affiliated with the students in their class start dying. And so it's a story about him kind of unraveling the mystery of why this is happening, trying to figure out how they can stop the curse and how to stop it permanently, because this is something that's been going on for a long time. And unfortunately, the students who get put in, I think it's class 3-3 at this school, are subject to this curse. So yeah, it's a fun little mystery unraveling, story. I personally would recommend the anime more than the manga just because there's more deaths and they're done brutally, and the climax is a bit more like the climax in the manga seems anticlimactic compared to the anime. And maybe that's just because I've watched the anime. Maybe it wouldn't be as anticlimactic if you had just read the manga. But to me, knowing what happened in the anime and all the lead up and the build up to the climax and the mystery being solved was a lot more like suspenseful than it was in here. And I think that's just because of time. I think that they didn't have the time to flesh out everything, so it felt a bit rushed. But that being said, I still enjoyed it. And for 4 volumes in one, it's a pretty good deal. The art style is pretty, like, I like it a lot, actually. I was a bit concerned because I remember the anime art and enjoying it very much. But the manga is pretty well done as well. There's some pretty brutal deaths. The art, you can see it kind of like a lot of blacks and shadows and things. But yeah, there's some creepy imagery. There is a couple of brutal deaths in this one, but it's not as nearly as bad as the anime. The anime is uncomfortably grotesque. But this doesn't get that far. So maybe if you're a bit more squeamish to that, this might be a better way to consume the story than the anime. But anyway, that's another. It was a fun read. I'm glad I have it now because it is a very nostalgic story for me, and it'll be fun to read through. I like horror. I think this is a decently done horror story comparatively to some of the others I've read. But yeah, it's a fun little bargain, but a very, very big, thick book. And it's soft cover. It's very difficult to read. I kind of wish they had done two 2-in-1s rather than a giant 4-in-1, but I'm guessing they assumed that people wouldn't really be interested in buying it so much, so they just released it all in one go. But anyway, that's another. If you have any other horror series that are shorter that you want to recommend, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. If you've read the novel version, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you've read the novel and watched or read the manga and anime as well, I'd love to hear your thoughts on comparing the three mediums because, yeah, like I said, I've not read the novel and I probably won't. But, yeah, thanks for watching.